Hi, this is Karen Scharf of Modern Image Communications, and today I'd like to share with you my website copy checklist. Now, I love using checklists for all of my projects, and here's the basic checklist that I use to review web copy before publishing it online. I start by reviewing my keyword integration, and we all know keywords play a major role in search engine optimization, but that doesn't mean that simply flooding your page with a deluge of keywords is enough to drive traffic and generate sales. Your keywords must be integrated into effective copy in order for your page to get properly indexed by the search engine crawlers. Then I move on to looking at the headline. You want to make sure that your headline contains your keywords, but it also must be effective enough to spark attention. So simply ask yourself, does your headline stir up the curiosity of your target market? Is it simple enough to be easily understood? Does it entail the proof of a promise? And can it trigger the emotions that you're expecting from your customers? Once I've reviewed the headline, I look at the overall appearance of the page. You want to make sure that you're using web-safe fonts and that your line breaks are in a logical order. You should use big and bold fonts, but don't get too crazy so that it looks spammy. And if you're using cascading style sheets, make sure your line heights work well for your entire font family. And then finally, choose a color that is in high contrast to the web page background. Then I scan my copy for features and benefits. You want to strike a nice balance between the two. Now, most copywriters tout the advantage of using a lot of benefits in your copy, but I like to add in a few features as well. In my opinion, it makes the web copy seem a little less spammy. Now, of course, you need to consider your target market before deciding what your own balance should be, but personally, in my testing, I've shown that if I'm writing for a business-to-business sale, I need to include more features in my copy, perhaps a 50-50 balance. And if I'm writing for a consumer sale, then I use more benefits, maybe a 60-40 balance or even a 70-30 balance. My fifth step is to verify that I'm speaking one-to-one directly to my reader. Your copy is going to be much more effective if you speak directly to a single person as you write. If you feel as if you're writing to the masses, that will be reflected in your website copy, and your reader will not be left with the feeling that, yes, this is for me. And along that same line, the next step I take is try to figure out how enthusiastic my reader is going to be after reading the copy. Even if you're writing for a business-to-business sale, you want to create that wow factor and trigger the buying emotions of your prospects. Then I check the scannability of my copy. You want to use subheadings throughout your page, and that's also great for search engine optimization purposes. You'll want to break up your paragraphs into no more than 4 sentences. Use bullet points and number lists whenever possible, and make sure your reader can breeze through the page and get the entire message without having to read it word for word. Then I make sure my copy is you-oriented. You want to use the words you and your at least 3 times more often than the words I, me, mine, we, or ours. Simply count up the occurrences of each word and make sure it's at least a 3-to-1 ratio, then make any edits as necessary. I do one final gut check on my offer. Remember, you want your offer to be irresistible, so that might mean adding extras such as bonuses and other freebies that would push your prospects over the edge and compel them to make a purchase. You also want to make sure that you've included a reason to make that purchase right now, such as a discount or an expiration date. Then I verify that I've included my testimonials. Now, I hate to admit it, but on more than one occasion I've forgotten to add in my testimonials to my page layout. You can also include case studies, before and after pictures, success stories, or anything else that will allow your reader to conjure images of the results that they can expect for themselves. And finally, if this is a consumer sales letter, then I make sure that I've added a PS. Many readers will scroll to the bottom of the page before coming back and reading the rest of the copy, so your PS needs to grab your readers just like your headline did. Now, I generally don't use a PS on a business-to-business website. In that case, I like to include a closing point or an end remark. And after running through my final checklist, then I'm ready to publish my copy online. Now, if you'd like to download a copy of this checklist, just log on to modernimage.com and look for free reports in the menu bar. And while you're there, I invite you to grab any of the other free resources that we have to offer. Again, that's modernimage.com. And my name is Karen Scharf, and I'd like to thank you for joining me.